The Adventures of Psychopath and her boy wonder, because I'm a total superhero, without a doubt. Please subscribe to this channel because I get to live feed if I get 1,000 viewers. Now, I went to the grocery store with Jimmy, and this chode asked me if he was a service dog, and I said yes. And then he mumbled under his breath that it wasn't. And so I walked back over, and he said something else, and I said, his vest got stolen. And he said, well, you need to get a new one. And I said, how self-righteous of you. And he said something else, and I said, I'm a trauma survivor, and so is my dog. And he said some shit, and have a good night. And I said, you don't give a shit how my night went. And so some guy overheard me say that and laughed, and that just made my night. Now, legally, and you all should know this, if you have a dog with you, someone can ask you if it's a service dog. And if you say yes, the only other question that they can ask you legally is, what service does your dog provide? I'm going to tell you what service that genius motherfucker, boy wonder, provided tonight. This blew my socks off, and I know that's a mixed metaphor, okay? We go into the store. Now, I have, let's give you a little bit of backstory. In 1993, in 1992, I contracted the herpes 2, simplex 2 virus, which means that I have them, I get genital herpes, basically. I do not get mouth herpes. They're different strains. I had the chicken pox when I was in high school, and I have a wart virus in me. And I talked to my acupuncturist friend about this one time, that I'm fairly sure in contracting the chicken pox virus, it made me susceptible to the herpes virus because they're both very blister-like. So that wasn't surprising, and so is warts. Now, COVID is not blister-like from what I understand, although it could be, I don't know. It could be some sort of blister-like thing in your lungs. I really have no idea. It attacks the alveoli, I believe, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. When COVID came out, I decided I don't take a lysine to suppress the herpes virus, although you can. To suppress it. That's what it does. There are 20 essential amino acids, and this is one that you can only take as a supplement, from what I understand. And don't quote me on that. Please do your own fucking research. No matter what you hear or read, do your own research. Try Google Scholar and go to academia.edu and maybe create a profile, because there are peer-reviewed papers on there, to include mine. And there's a lot to be said for peer review. Now, and look that up too, so you know what peer review is if you don't know, because you should, because that's what academics do, is they fact check, which is what most of you don't do. You just do Google searches, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I heard that chicken bones are bad for dogs. Meanwhile, he's eating his fucking weight in chicken bones, and he's fine. Sometimes they make him sick. And then one time they made his poop bloody, because they probably did cut him up a little bit. But again, what doesn't kill you, like Corona, makes you stronger. So I decided when Corona came around that I would just start taking a lysine. Right? Made sense to me. Made sense to me. I was talking to a homeless drunk about religion. He said, that's all I got. But that ain't much. The way I feel these days, I'd rather have a gun than a crutch. Makes sense to me. It's a Widespread Panic song. You should look that up. Absolutely. You should look up Widespread Panic, because they're fucking amazing. But I was thinking that since L-lysine suppresses the herpes virus, that maybe it just suppresses viruses in general, especially since it's not the kind of thing that your body manufacturers. You have to get it in a supplement form. So why not? Now, I haven't taken it in a while because I've been homeless, because people are assholes, right? People are cunts. I'm a Cuntress, cunt plus Duchess, and I hunt cunts like I did with that fucking cunt of a man tonight in the grocery store. Why does he fucking care? My dog doesn't spread coronavirus. Fuck him. Actually, someone fuck that dude. He's probably another repressed gay man on the Beast Coast. How many have I met in New Jersey? Come out of the fucking closet, start wearing your rainbow shit, and for fuck's sake, take it in the ass. Take it in the ass, suck some cock. It's fun. I can tell you that from experience. You know what's great about sucking dick? Power. You know why? Because you take something shaped like this, ideally bigger, and you put it in your mouth, and you could bite it off. But whoever lets you do that trusts you. Isn't that cool? It's kind of cool if you think about it. It is a huge, huge, huge expression of trust if you put your dick between a set of teeth. Isn't it? One of those things that lots of people in the Beast Coast don't think about, because I can't tell you how many times in the past year I've had someone ask me to suck their dick. Isn't that interesting? I'm like, oh, sure. What I should have done is just said yes and then bitten it off. Wouldn't that have been interesting? Because I wouldn't have been a serial killer. I would have been a serial biter. Because if you're asking me or telling me to suck your dick, then that's like the prelude to face raping, isn't it? Because if you need your dick sucked that badly that you're going to ask for it without taking me out to dinner, then maybe I should leave some teeth marks. Because if you're nice to me, I'm willing to make you dinner. And I'm a great cook. And I'm also a magnificent dick sucker, for the record. You remember records, or maybe you don't, but now they're called vinyl by all the cool kids. But for the record, you remember records. Last year, I sucked a Mason's dick, and he came 4 times from the same blowjob. How's that for psychopathic? 4 times. My friend called it the fourgasm. Isn't that magnificent? I love that. The fourgasm. So yeah, where was I? Chodes. Oh, if you don't know what a chode is, I'm just going to tell you. I call Donald Trump the orange chode. And I was hashtagging last year, MOGA, make orange great again, because it's funny. It didn't take off. I was hoping it would go COVID. But COVID did instead. None of the funny shit that I talk about goes viral. Everyone's so damn serious all the time. So on my way home, there was some construction, and I stopped because there were police officers there, and I wanted to just go over and say, hey, how you doing? Thank you. These are the things that I say. I say, thank you for your service. You don't get paid enough, and many blessings to the goddess within. I love saying that to them. And they say, thank you. And I say, don't thank me. Thank your ancestors. They made you brave and awesome. Because they need to hear that shit. They just do. And I said the whole thing about, he said, oh, I just wanted to apologize. I was like, don't apologize. People owe you an apology, right? Don't apologize to anyone ever. People owe you an apology. And then I started thinking about it. And then he said something like serious. And I said, it is much better to be funny than polite. So Do one thing every day that scares you, like be rude. What are people going to do? Arrest you? Oh, they might. But the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Fear is lack of faith. Faith is love. Love is God. God spelled backwards is oh. Hey! My dog. I prefer that he licks his dick. Right? Hasta pronto.